Hey, I'm Mike from Retro Boost. We got something fun planned today. I recently did my first impressions of the 5X Pro, and toward the end I had this idea. You know, I thought that the N64 capture looked a little better on the 2X Pro in memory. So to put that to the test, I want to do a side-by-side. 2X Pro / 2X Pro M side by side with the 5X Pro and see how they perform with each other. Now obviously in certain circumstances, if not hopefully all circumstances, the 5X Pro looks better since that one's doing 1080p upscaling. But you know, we'll find out. So we're gonna do like all the consoles kind of side by side with it in various methods. For N64 specifically, we'll do composite and S-video side by sides of the 2X Pro and the 2X Pro M aside the 5X Pro. So we'll see how they all perform. Now the 2X Pro and 2X Pro M will be beefing their content up to 480p, whereas the 5X Pro will be set to 1080p. So we'll get to see them at their respective bests side by side. Now, as far as why wouldn't I do like the 5X Pro at 480p to get like a more even idea, well, they're different like products. So like obviously the 5X Pro is gonna look better for certain things, but how much better? That's kind of the experiment here. Why would you buy a 5X Pro and then set it to 480p? Why would you pay $300 to not have it do what it's meant to do, right? So with that said, is the 5X Pro the right solution for everyone? No, it depends on what you own. If you have like a huge variety of consoles that range from component, composite, even SCART, the 5X Pro might be the solution for you. If your focus is one or two particular consoles, like say, maybe you just have an N64, maybe you have a Super Nintendo and an N64, maybe a PS1 and an NES, then maybe the 2X Pro or even the 2X Mini might be a better solution for you. The 2X Pro with that smooth filter makes it a pretty gnarly contender. We're gonna see them all go side to side here. So let's check it out, have them all go side to side. I did line them up the best that I could side by side. It's a little tricky because of the capture issue that I have with the 5X Pro. I went over what that is in the 5X Pro first impressions. To sum that up really quick, basically certain consoles, the image is pushed a little bit off center and I have to compensate it the best I can in OBS. It doesn't do that when stuff is run directly to a TV. It's an issue that I'm troubleshooting. If you want the full details on what's happening, refer to my 5X Pro first impressions. I go over it. I'm not gonna go over it like super again here. But let's do the side by sides and then we'll come back afterward and kind of go over our findings here.
start to play.
Alike. Spider-Man co-creator Stan Lee here. Once again, we find our hero Peter Parker, better known around the world as the Amazing Spider-Man, in a heap of trouble. But this is just the beginning, Spidey fans. So get ready for a true superhero action thriller, packed to the brim with thrills and chills, twists and turns, more supervillains than you can shake a web at, and of course, non-stop web-slinging, wall-crawling action.
Hey, Spider.
Hey, Black Cat, what's going on?
I know there's been some trouble, but the bank's being robbed, and they've got hostages. Use your Spidey compass to get to the bank quickly.
Thanks, Cat.
TV.
My Blargian Snagglebeast devours your mutant swamp fly. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Hey, what are you doing?
Check and mate.
What? That's cheating!
On the contrary, the rules clearly state that the Blargian Snagglebeast has an allergic reaction to swamp flies that lasts 2 turns. Ooh, it is on again.
Your luck is extraordinary, sir. But do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I would not know, Maximilian. I never lose.
There is a first time for everything. Agent Clank! You missed! So much for the famous secret agent.
Shocking. Bring the car around, Jeeves, and mind the ejector seat this time.
Stay tuned for more Secret Agent Clank.
That was terrific.
Yeah, great. Change the channel.
But the man said to stay tuned.
We continue our live coverage from Veldin. Just hours ago, the planet was attacked without warning by a terrifying alien race known as the Tyrannoids. Officials believe that an evil robotic supervillain known as Dr. Nefarious is the mastermind behind the Tyrannoid attack. As you can see, the Galactic Rangers are putting up a valiant fight, but they are no match for these tentacle-eyed terrors. Indeed, this backwater planet may be completely destroyed in a matter of hours. Darla Gratch, Channel 64 News.
Ours was a sin of pride. Blinded by our ambition, we opened a door better left closed and loosed hell upon Astora. Though 700 years have passed, to my lasting sorrow, the terror continues. It began anew when the Shadow Wraiths descended on the peaceful village of Overwood. Dark Yabu and his Shadow Minions drove the defenseless villagers before them, save the aging guardian of Overwood, Vargas, and his grandson, Vex. Defiant but outnumbered, Vargas and Vex could not stand against Yabu's dark power and were bound in chains with the others. They were forced to toil in the labyrinth of tunnels surrounding their village. Slaves. Beaten by word and whip, Vex endured until his rage became unbearable. He lashed out, attacking his oppressors, but was stopped by the very shadows that answer Yabu's call. Vex would have died then, were it not for the sacrifice of his grandfather. Enraged, Yabu turned his powers on Vargas and showed no mercy. After nightfall, vowing revenge, Vex escaped the caves and made his way into the heart of Yabu's windship, intent upon destroying the Wraith. Fate, however, would grant him not revenge, but fortune. The legendary Astani War Talons. Unable to destroy the powerful artifact, Dark Yabu had hidden them away for years, fearful that they might fall into enemy hands. Vex screamed as the Talons bound themselves to him forever, and his fate to that of all Astara.
Colors all
And there we have it. This is a lot like the 5X Pro first impression video I did, in the sense that the consoles that shine the bright were the same ones again. The NES and Super Nintendo looked really incredible on the 5X Pro. You can definitely see the improvements that are happening side by side between both options. N64, depending on the game, the 2X Pro can really hold its own ground, but for the most part, I would say the 2X Pro is the superior option versus the 5X Pro. I mean, it's that smooth filter just does work. Whether it's composite or S-video, it's impressive. And I'd say that it beats the 5X Pro, really. I mean, when I look at it, I prefer the 2X Pro's image. That's interesting. For everything else, I would say the 5X Pro holds like a slight edge. Some of them were really similar, like the component-based consoles for the 2X Pro M. The 2X Pro M was holding its own in those 480p output modes, but the 5X Pro is just a tad better for certain things. It wasn't like as night and day as I thought it was going to be, but I think the 5X Pro was better overall. And is it bad for N64? No, it's still really good. It's still better than just straight jacking it into a TV straight analog and then letting the monitor or the TV convert it to digital. That looks like trash. So all of these devices do great work for their source content. The 5X Pro, you know, like I mentioned, it's the wider solution. So if you had like a huge variety of consoles, the 5X Pro might be the best investment because you can do the most with it, especially with those higher resolution output modes. Like, because there are some original Xbox games, for example, that can output 720p or even 1080i, and you can't do that through a RetroTINK 2X Pro or 2X Pro M. They limit out to 480p. So you widen your scope of options with the 5X Pro. And for those older consoles like the NES and Super Nintendo, it looks really good. I've been happy with it so far. It's already kind of become my main thing. I love that all the inputs are on the back now, so like from a setup standpoint, it's a beautiful, clean solution for setting up your stuff to it. It's been really great. Hope you found the video informative and entertaining. If you would be so kind as to subscribe, it's the best way to help me grow the channel, but I appreciate you watching no matter what. You all have a great rest of your day. We have something special planned still with the 5X Pro coming shortly. We've done games, but we haven't done yet our VHS tapes. Stay tuned.